Hey Legends, welcome back to another deck profile video. Today we're jumping into the OP05 of Blue Croc. Now I haven't changed too much between my OP04 to my OP05 deck because I didn't really think a lot needed to be changed. But I added in Borsalino, I've done a 2 of, and I've done one 10 cost Kaido from the new set. So this card's actually pretty good. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, draw 4. So you draw 4 extra cards. So it's not too bad. So we're going to quickly go through the cards that are in the deck, and then we'll play on the sim. We'll do a game with the OP05 Croc. So there is 4 Alvita. Alvita's actually not too bad. Deals with a lot of cards on the lower end of the scale, like Zoro and Law. It's a 2 cost 3k power with 2k counter power. Add 1 Don when attacking. You may trash 1 card from your hand. Return up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 3 costs or less to their hand. So it's actually not too bad, especially if you've got a low end blocker on board. Definitely want to try and return that so you can get some swings through, some damage through to the life. So we've got Mihawk. Mihawk is a 9 cost 9k power, no counter power. Place up to 1 character with a cost of 7 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. So it's not too bad to get rid of 7 costs or less. And it's a body on board. We've got Kuma, which is a blocker. 4 cost 5k power, 1k counter power. On KO ability is play up to 1 pacifist card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So definitely good if you have a pacifister in hand. You block and then you can play it out. And it comes out active. We've got Missile Sunday. She's a 3 cost 1k power, 1k counter power. She's a blocker. On KO, if your leader has a Baroque Works type, return up to 1 event card from your trash to your hand. So she gets cards out of the trash, like your event cards that you use. You can get them back if you block with her and let her die. So she's actually a pretty viable card. We run 3K'er. She's a 1 cost 0 power, 2k counter power. On play, draw 2 cards, trash 2 cards from your hand. So more or less filtering your hand, trying to get cards you need. Or you can just use her as a counter power. We have 4 of the Soga King secrets. He's a 7 cost 6k power, 1k counter power. On play, return up to 1 character with a cost of 6 or less to the owner's hand, and then draw 2 cards, trash 2 cards. So same sort of thing with Kaya. Draw 2, trash 2. You're filtering through your deck to see if you can get cards you need. We have the 10 cost Kaido. He's a 12k power, no counter power. On play, return up to 1 character that costs 8 or less, and up to 1 character that costs 3 or less to the owner's hand. So it bounces 2 cards back to the hand. It could be 2 blockers, could be something that's not a rush card. Definitely viable to do that. Not a bad card at all. I have him in my OP04 deck currently, so it's not too bad. We run 4 Sasuke. He's a 3 cost, 4k power, 2k counter power. On play, return all cards in your hand to your deck and shuffle your deck. Then draw cards equal to the number of cards returned to the deck. So example, you have 6 cards in hand. None of them are any good. Play him out. So that leaves you 5. Put 5 cards back to the deck, shuffle the deck, and then take 5 cards from the top of the deck. Borsalino is an OP05 card. He's an SR. He's 7 cost 8k power, no counter power. On play, place up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or lower to the bottom of the owner's deck. So it's not too bad. Like, the range could have been a little bit higher, but it still gets rid of cards that's still a body on board, still decent power. We've got 1 10 cost Kaido. He's a 12k power, no counter power. His on play ability is if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, draw 4 cards. So you're filling your hand up. That's why I put 1 in, just to see how it'd run. 4 Sentomaru from the structure deck, 3 cost, 4k power, 1k counter power. So you got to attach 1 Don to activate main once per turn, tapping 2 active Don. So you rest 2 Don. Play up to 1 Pacifista with a cost of 4 or less from your deck. Then shuffle your deck. So you go through your deck, you grab a Pacifista out, play it to board as an active character, and shuffle the deck. And I make my opponent cut mine and then move forward. Doesn't become active until the next turn, but still it is a body on board. I've got 2 Trafalgar Law. Trafalgar Law is a 1 cost, 1k power, no counter power. He is pretty good to play out on curve. So let's say I'm at 8 Don. I can play this out for 7, that out for 7, and chuck him out beside it. Or play that out for 9, chuck him out beside it. I kind of leave him a bit more for late game, because if you play him out too early, this dies off too quick. You want to be able to have some blockers late game to try and stall the game a bit if you need to. We have 4 Pacifistas, 4 costs, 6k power, 1k counter power. He's from the structure deck. Now, you can play Pacifist, so this is the Pacifista you can take out from the deck and play it with Sentomaru's ability, or on KO, if you have it in your hand, you play it from your hand to the board as active. Now we're going into the event cards, guys. So we have a 4 cost, 3,000 worlds. So the main for that, so when everything's blue, that means on your turn main. So place up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. The trigger is place up to 1 character with a 3 cost or less to the bottom of the owner's deck. So it's a pretty viable card. I actually really like this card. It helps you out a lot. But this one's absolutely insane. Main, place up to 1 character at the bottom of the owner's deck. No cost limit. And it costs 6 Don to do so, which isn't too bad if you need to get rid of some big bodies on the board. Place up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. That's on trigger. Still pretty decent. Hence why I play Miss All Sunday, so when she dies on KO, I can try and get my event cards back from trash. And finally, we have a 2 cost event card. Give up to one of your leader characters 4,000 power during the battle. Then place up to 1 cost or lower character on the bottom of the owner's deck. The trigger is return up to 1 cost 6 or less character to its owner's hand. So it's pretty good when you have a damage coming to life, you take it. Let's say they got another swing with another character that's either 6 or less, you can push that back to the owner's hand, they lose that swing. So that's actually not a bad card at all. So this is the deck I'm currently running on the sim. There's a few changes between the sim and what I have physically, as it's still OP04 at the moment, but this is where I'm leaning towards with OP05. Just a little bit more of an edge to it. So we'll go over and play a match now. Alright guys, we're going up against a Trafalgar Law. Let's see how we go up against Law. I haven't versed red-purple Law with this deck. Law's ability is pretty insane. -3 Don back to the deck. Return one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less to the bottom of their deck. Then play 1 4 cost or lower character from your hand. So they've got to have their minusing cards out on the board as well, or play their minusing cards before they do that. Gonna -3 back. play out a card. So at 5. Attack Zoro for 6. I'll probably counter out of that. Need to get rid of this one because this one will keep ramping. Triggers are blissful. But they don't always work either. So, 7. We'll play this out. Bottom deck that. To attack lead for 5. I think Croc's a little bit underestimated. He's pretty good. You just gotta practice how to play it. Blocker. 2 blockers. Wish we're at 10 done. 3 blockers. Okay. Okay. So, we can play 4. Get rid of 1, get rid of 2. We can put a body on board, draw 2, trash 2. No, I think it's a 6 cost or less. So we'll go this one. And we'll trash these 2. We'll go 7 here. Alright, he's got no blockers left, but he'll play his other one out for 4. Round table. Okay. Put back your 3. Get rid of... Oh no, you can't get rid of that one. Okay, so unless he's got a Zoro, he'll be able to rush. Which he most likely will have Zoro in his hand. 6 Don. 5 Don. And you'll get rid of the 3 to cull my board.
At Spotlight's Christmas sale, save with 30 to 50% off all Manchester. 50.
Okay, so we're at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we go 9 at least. Action that, bottom deck that, end turn. This game's actually pretty close. Oh yes, see, this is where the triggers work, guys. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to return his blocker. So they'll make him have to pay to play it out. So he'll have to pay 3 to play it out. And now he's got me. That was a really close game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. Have a go at the deck. You could probably change a few more things to it. The way I had it as OP04 before OP05 is actually pretty decent. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. Smash the like button. Comment down below what you think. What changes do you think there could be to this deck? It's all a learning curve. And subscribe to the channel. It's free, and I'll always be doing this kind of content. And as always, stay legendary.